I've been talking about animal communication a lot lately in these videos, and I want to talk about Reiki for a little bit because I adore Reiki and I learned Reiki first. But I want to talk about my mom's Reiki, how my mom loved Reiki. My mom has passed now, but she'd never heard of Reiki until I became a practitioner and I introduced her to it. So one of the first times that I put my Reiki hands on her, I was at her house and we didn't live close together, so we didn't see each other that often. But I mean, we were like a couple hours apart. And I was at her house and I hadn't seen her for a while. And she, we were having lunch and she just looked like she was uncomfortable. I'm like, Mom. And I looked at her, it was summer. So she had a lower shirt, a thin cotton shirt. So I could see her heart beating. And I knew she had blood pressure issues. So I'm like, to see the skin move, I mean, I was like, whoa, what's going on? And so I stood behind her. She was seated and put my hands there. And whew, it was beating. And just within, I don't know, really no more than 30 seconds, it had calmed. I'm like, are you feeling? Oh, I feel much better. Thank you. So she was sold. She loved Reiki. And years and years and years later, she was in the hospital. She was going to have heart surgery, open heart surgery. And she wanted Reiki before the surgery, which is very good. I like to give to prepare the body, calms the body. Reiki is calming. It's not magic. It's not something being zapped into you. It's your own healing ability. It's your own self that sometimes needs to be calmed down and balanced, rebalanced, recalibrated. And that's what Reiki is. It's placing hands so that the body can go, oh, okay, let me reorganize, let me calm down. And that's how healing can happen. And that's how just calm can happen. So I love to do Reiki sessions for people pre-surgery, and for animals too. And then post-surgical for the healing. It quickens, it accelerates the healing. So she wanted Reiki before the surgery. She was kind of nervous about the surgery. No kidding. They're going to like open up your heart. And so I was at home and my sister was with her in the hospital that afternoon, just going to wait for her while she had the surgery. And we made an appointment for a particular time. And my sister knew about it. And my sister told me later, and I did the session. My sister told me later that she was sitting there watching, and there's a blood pressure machine. That's not the right word. You're plugged into it, while you're in the hospital. And she said her blood pressure was so high. Said, and when you started the session, because she knew when, because we had an appointment at the time, she said, she said, I watched the monitor. That's the word. I watched the monitor. She said, it just dropped, not too low. It just dropped back down to normal. And Mom fell asleep. Isn't that cool? And she was completely relaxed for the surgery and everything went well. And while I don't remember, I'm sure that I gave her shared my Reiki hands with her post-surgically also. But I wrote down some, is that all of them? Oh, I didn't write them all down. Oh, so at any rate, one more thing. One Christmas, I decided, we don't need stuff. Our family was never big on stuff. We give very small gifts for Christmas. You always have, we have a large family and just we're not really consumers. But one year I decided I was going to give Reiki gifts. I was going to give the gift of Reiki to the family. It was a small family by that point. And so I went to there was a store in the area where I am now that had stones. Just an amazing place, beautiful stones. The first time I walked in there, I got dizzy and almost passed out. And they told me, oh, let me stand on your feet. There was so much energy. I was really, like sensitive to the energy running around. So I stood on my feet. Anyway, from then on, I would just go in, put my hand out and choose stones. Oh, I love that store. Little ones. I didn't spend $1 million. I bought the small stones. So I bought one for them, each one special for the member of the family, and they come with a little card with a description and package them and said, and also the other part of your gift is a Reiki session when you would like it from a distance. And And I gave them to the family members, which at that point was, we had lost some family members in a fire. But it was my mother and my sister and her husband and her son and his girlfriend is who was there that day. I'd already given my mom hers. She was so excited. She thought this was the best present ever. So when everybody opened theirs, mom then goes and gets hers. I got mine already. Look, oh, I can't wait for my Reiki. And everybody else looked at me and looked at her like we had two heads. And it was the strangest thing they'd ever heard. And nobody, including my sister, who had had Reiki with me before, ever asked for their session. Isn't that strange? Or maybe not. But the reason I'm telling you this is that my mother was so excited. She was so excited. When can I have my Reiki? And so we did it. By then I was living close by and had a Reiki room in the house that I was in. And she came over and laid on the table and had her Reiki session. And then for quite a while, I gave her a weekly session from a distance. And then at some point, we didn't do it anymore. I don't remember why. But she loved her Reiki. So I'm just sharing that with you. So some people do get really very excited about it. And it's very wonderful. And it's for all different things. It was for just your blood pressure's high or you're not feeling well. Or when we were doing the weekly ones, it was helping her to sleep. She's going through kind of a tense period. And it helped her to sleep. And she just felt, more relaxed and more balanced. Balanced was not a word I don't think she ever used before Reiki. But so it has lots of uses. It's useful in a lot of ways for maintaining health. So I wanted to share that with you. And my mom was in her mid to late 70s while this was happening. She died when she was 85. So in her 80s too, this was happening. And she just absolutely loved her Reiki. So something to keep in mind. You might want to try it out because it's wonderful in a lot of situations. Okay, that's all. I'm Pam Sorellis of Winged Horse Healing. You can learn more about Reiki on my website. There's a What is Reiki tab. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.